Guys, welcome back to Dogwood Springs Outdoors. This is Jim. Today we're working on a rack or a cradle or shelf or whatever you want to call it for my wood splitter. Just decided it's a MTD Yard Machines wood splitter that I've had a while, and it has a little bit of a cradle, I guess you could say, on each side, but when you split those big logs, it just, you know, most of the time they just roll right on off on the ground, and so it's double the work walking around and picking them back up. So I found an old shelf that's in good shape and pretty strong, and so I think I can just adapt that to work, and that's what we're going to try to do here. But here, so this is the shelf, and it is fairly heavy duty. I don't know what it was on originally, but since these were adjustable, they were on the outside, and I just moved them into the width of the current cradle rack on there, so I can bolt them on the sides. And so all I have to do now is cut these little mounts off with the grinder, and so it'll go up flush against the wall. So that's when I'm gonna do that, and then we'll measure and try to put it on. If the bars end up being too long to suit me, I'll just trim them off and potentially, you know, add a little more where I have a little more shelf. That's not, you know, quite as much. So we'll do the other side real quick, and hopefully that part will be done. Okay guys, gonna bring you up to speed on our rack for the firewood thing. Kind of got ahead of myself without filming, but really what I've done so far is I removed these 1/2-inch bolts, and so I could access that, and the inside braces are actually threaded, so there's no nuts on the end of them. But I left that on because I decided it'd be best to mount it on top of that, and lined it up and put the bolts back in partially, and would make a mark and then cut that, and decided that's what I'm gonna do. I thought about extending it and attaching some angle iron to my shelf so I could bring it out, you know, farther, but I'm gonna just test it out like this first, because that's a whole lot more work and time, and obviously time's the thing we have the least of. But anyway, I'm gonna check it out. And so I marked those and drilled my holes in there and got it angled at the right angle. And then you can see I ground the spurs off. I did that a little late, after I had sliced my finger pretty good before I ground those off. But anyway, I got that stopped, and so now it's just time to mount it all on there. And I'm also gonna leave the lengthy bars on there for right now, and just slide them up over the engine, and so they're not past that. So if I do operate it vertically, they won't be in the way, won't be, you know, stabbing in the ground. But so that's what's next. Just gonna try to attach everything back together and see how it goes. Comfortable tightening these bolts with sliced finger. All right. Seems good. We just gotta find that little screw I dropped. Kind of dark and dreary today, working under the shed. Go. So just for reference, this one's just right around 13 inches on the small end and 14 and a little more on the fat end. I brought two. This one's kind of funky, but it's bigger. It's probably ranges from 13 to 16 on that. But just so you know what we're doing on here, on this little rack. Well, y'all saw it. I can't be happier with how that turned out. I'm definitely going to leave the bars long over the engine down there, because being able to slide it forward is just perfect for like two lengths of my wood that I cut, and I generally cut it longer for my own use. 18 is short for me. A lot of my stuff's around 20 inches or so. I'm actually going to try to cut back a little more, but anyway, that aside, it worked great. And the bars I actually think I like better than a smooth surface, because it keeps it from sliding back down. It seems big enough too, as far as the size. That second log I split was decent size for, I mean, I will occasionally, you know, do bigger stuff, but usually with the real big stuff like that, I do it vertically anyway, because I don't, you know, just so I don't have to pick it up for the labor of that. So that is it. One more thing, show y'all here before we go. I don't know a lot about hydraulics for sure, but one of the things I was wondering, if anybody's watching this knows, I would really thought it'd be helpful to me if I could turn this handle where it was angled up. And you would think that all you'd need to do was take these 2 bolts out and turn the thing, but I don't know what's going on up there in the shaft and what would happen hydraulic fluid wise once I remove that. So if anybody knows and has done something like that before, just because that's my biggest complaint about this splitter really is the height of it. Because I'm tall, trying to use it horizontally like this, it's just, I'm bending over always, and even I have to bend over just for the handle. So if I had it vertical, that'd be one less thing. So I'd love to do that, but I don't know if I need to dive off into that right now. I'll have to do some more research, but just wanted to, if anybody knows, please let me know. But I feel like this was a great project. It didn't cost me a thing but time to do it, and I would highly recommend it. It was as simple as could be. Like, say, if I would have done more, like extending it and add the welding to it or something like that, but for what I had, it was adjustable and perfect. I hope this was helpful. Please hit that like button if you haven't, you know, and want to see more stuff like this. Hit the subscribe button as well. But I appreciate you checking us out, and come back and see us.